Let me start by saying this clearly. Some environments are not fast-paced because they're careless, abusive, or inconsiderate. They're fast-paced because they're trying to survive. Margins are thin, demand is high, staffing is limited, and for some organizations, slowing down would mean shutting down. So when we talk about wellness in places like this, we have to be honest. This is not about bubble baths, gym memberships, or telling people just rest more. No. For many of you, that's not realistic, and pretending it is only creates frustration and guilt. Let's ask a realistic question. How do we help people last long enough to keep the doors open without breaking them in the process? Because here is the truth. When people are constantly running on adrenaline, the system pays eventually. Through errors, through injuries, through turnover, through emotional exhaustion no one talks about until it's too late. So instead of pretending we can ask people to do less work, let's start by asking a different question. How do we protect energy, focus, and capacity inside the work that already has to be done? That's where sustainable wellness begins. So, here are 4 components to sustainability in high-risk environments. Number 1, micro wellness, not massive change. In high-demand environments, wellness has to be micro. Sometimes it looks like a 60-second reset between tasks. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, taking one slow, intentional inhale to refresh and a slow exhale to release the frustration before moving forward. Not because it's relaxing, but because it keeps your nervous system from staying in crisis mode all day long. Sometimes wellness looks like a transition moment. Before you move from one task, one patient, one client, or one meeting to the next, you pause just long enough to say, I'm here. This is the next thing. That moment protects your focus and your emotional boundaries. Number 2, simple shared check-in language. Another tool that works in high-pressure settings is simple organizational language. Red, yellow, green. Red, I'm depleted, foggy, reactive. Yellow, I'm functioning but still on adrenaline. Green, I'm steady, clear, and regulated. These are clearly defined to stay top of mind. This isn't about weakness. It's about awareness. Because when leaders and teams recognize yellow early, support can happen before someone crashes into red. And support doesn't mean stopping work. Sometimes it means shifting expectations, adjusting communication, or redistributing pressure just enough to keep people upright. Number 3, boundaries that protect the mission. Boundaries matter here, but not in the way we usually talk about them. This isn't about individual self-discipline. It's about our mission being protected by intentional boundaries. That looks like clear handoffs, defined urgency, limits on after-hours communication unless something is truly critical. These boundaries don't slow organizations down. They prevent burnout from becoming a liability. And then 4, permission to aim for good enough. And finally, yes, we have to name something that rarely gets said out loud. In survival seasons, good enough is often the goal. Not because excellence doesn't matter, but because perfectionism in high-demand environments burns people out faster than workload. Sometimes it's the most responsible thing an organization can do is simply say, this is a demanding season and we're going to focus on sustainability, not perfection. I trust you to do your best. When leaders model this, when they name fatigue, take short resets, and normalize recovery, culture begins to shift. Not toward laziness, but toward longevity. Because the goal isn't remove the hustle, the goal is to prevent collapse. And when wellness is framed as operational sustainability, it stops feeling like a luxury and starts feeling like wisdom. That's how people last. That's how organizations survive, and that's how we protect both the mission and the people carrying it. Micro wellness moments, simple check-in language, clear boundaries, and permission to do your best. And that's a wealth of wellness for your Wednesday.